welcome to the Book Chronicles. I'm Shannon.
And I'm Melanie.
And today is the mid-year freak-out book tag. Plus a little recent pickups, actually, that we picked up. And got my chai here. I picked up a series I learned about from Melissa, which is the Everland series. I got the other book on the way, which is Umberland. It's supposed to be a Alice in Wonderland retelling, I believe. I also have Everland, which is a Peter Pan retelling, and Ozland. I don't know for sure if it's actually a retelling, but I'm really excited to get into this series. I learned about it from Melissa, as well as the Jane series, My Lady Jane and My Plain Jane. I'm really excited to get into these. I heard they are very humorous, as well as Fatal Throne. This is about the wives of Henry VIII, tell all. I really love the Tudors history as well as Melissa does. And I can't wait to get into this.
Oh, the wives of Henry VIII.
Mm-hmm. Anne Boleyn, one of them.
Yeah,
Catherine of Aragon, Anne Boleyn, Jane Seymour, Anna of Cleves, Catherine Howard, and Catherine Parr.
See, I had thought that he beheaded or executed all of them, but he didn't. All of his wives.
A lot of them he did.
Well, one he sent to a nunnery, and one he died that he really loved from an illness. So,
right.
I just recently found that out from Melissa. So
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And Mel's going to show you her recent pickups. And then we'll get into the tag, guys.
Mind you, I don't know too much about these books, but we're going to learn together. I picked up this book, The Last to Let Go, and it is about junior year. Brooke Winters is supposed to be about change. Oh, it's about a young woman. I'm sorry. Junior year for Brooke Winters is supposed to be about change. She's transferring schools, starting fresh, and making plans for college so she can finally leave her hometown and her family and her past behind. But all her dreams are shattered one hot summer afternoon when her mother is arrested for killing Brooke's abusive father. No one really knows what happened that day, whenever it was premeditated or self-defense, whether it was right or wrong, and now Brooke and her siblings are on their own. So this is going to be a very good read, I believe. It's by Amber Smith. So I'm going to see what that is about. Then I have Anger is a Gift by
She gets all these books. I have
Asaro.
No clue. I have no clue about these books.
Mark Asaro. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be butchering names, but it's Mark Asaro. Moss Jeffries is many things: considerate student, devoted son, loyal friend, and affectionate boyfriend, enthusiastic nerd. But sometimes Moss still wishes he could be someone else, someone without panic attacks, someone whose father was still alive, someone who hadn't become a rallying point for a community because of one horrible night. So this is basically going on the struggles of this young boy dealing with panic attacks or anxiety and the struggles in his life.
Looks like it kind of has a hate you give feel.
That's my
young African American boy.
Yeah, look at the cover, guys. Isn't that beautiful?
Pretty good.
I love diverse reads.
And now for what she's currently reading. Are you finished
Actually,
yet?
I just finished this
She
book.
just finished this, guys.
So I will give a review of this book. This book is Red Clocks by Lainey Zumas. It is about 4 women who come together. One is a homeopathic healer. One is a biographer / writer. The other is a wife who can handle things at home. She's pulling out her hair. Her children are running amok, and things are just going crazy. These young women all find something in common due to the fact one of them is dealing with the fact that they can't have children, and there's also a young student who they call the daughter, who is dealing with a pregnancy. All of these lives are affected by
I thought it was about abortion.
It is. All the lives are affected by the new president's passing of the Personhood Amendment, which gives freedom to all embryos. If you do in vitro fertilization and an embryo is dropped whenever IVF is done, that is considered murder. Whenever a young girl has an abortion, it is, even if it's in certain trimesters, it's considered murder. I learned some things about myself reading this book. However, I was a little upset with how the story ended up. I love the writing, don't get me wrong. Lainey Zumas is a wonderful writer. However, I get the feeling she knows nothing about the struggles of someone who deals with infertility. And being someone who deals with infertility struggles, that issue really got to me. The person who was dealing with infertility, there was a pretty much poor me pity party, and it seemed as if she wasn't understood as well. So I was very upset about the way she was represented, the lady who was dealing with the IVF issue. So those are my books that I have. Get into the book tag.
And this is the mid-year freak out book tag. And I'm going to have Mel do the questions. And first of all, I want to say the original creator is called Is That Chami?
And it's all one word.
And it was a co-creator, is Midnight Blue X, guys. And I will make sure that I link that in the
Description box below.
Yes. But I'm going to have Melanie go over the questions. Question 1.
Best book you've read so far in 2018.
And that, guys, is without a doubt Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. It's a West African fantasy, guys. And it's her debut novel, and it is so good, guys. If you have not picked this up, please do. You will not be let down. It is totally worth the hype.
Best sequel you've read in 2018.
Well, not only really sequel, but best series I've read is the Ember and the Ashes series, along with the second bunch of Torch in the Night, and then Reaper in the Gates. And I Betty read book 2 and 3 with Melissa over at Melissa and Barnsey Read. So good, guys. I will tell you, it's a very emotional read as far as it's a roller coaster ride. I mean, twists, turns, up, downs. I mean, it's a great series.
New release you haven't read yet but want to. Mine is Heretics Anonymous that comes out around my birthday in August. So I'm excited about that, as well as Toil and Trouble, which is 15 different stories of witchcraft. So those are a few of those that I'm excited to read.
Mine is, well, the first book isn't a new release, but the second one came out, and that is the Nevernight series and God's Grave. I'm very, very anxious to get into these. I heard a lot of good things about them.
Most anticipated release for the second half of the year.
I would say Catwoman.
Mine is going to be Rainbow Rowell's book, Pumpkinhead, that is coming out at the end of August. Bye-bye Wallet in August, because there's a lot of books I want for my birthday. Okay. Biggest disappointment for me is going to be Red Clocks. I love the writing, a beautiful story, and it was very good, but I did not like the portrayal of the lady who was dealing with infertility.
I can say this year, out of the book, I have not had a disappointment yet. I think this has been a remarkable year for books that are coming out. Every book that I've read so far this year, I have not been let down.
Biggest surprise.
The biggest surprise. I did not think I would enjoy it as much as I did. But I would say this. The Prince and the Dressmaker. I didn't think I would enjoy it as much as I did, but I think I enjoyed it so much. I mean, I just love this graphic novel.
New favorite author.
New favorite author?
Debut but new to you, or new to you.
Sabaa Tahir, without a doubt.
Newest fictional crush. And be careful, you're in front of your wife.
Elias from this series, the Ember and the Ashes series.
Book that made you cry. For me, that's going to be A Little Life. That book has so many triggers in it. and it was just so sad. I was not expecting it to be that heart-wrenching.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, it was a good book, but oh my gosh, beware. There is every trigger imaginable in that book.
A book that made me cry, and I am a crier, so it would be The Astonishing Color of After. And it really hit home to me because I recently lost my mom, not to suicide, but it did make me cry, and I think it was a very emotional but a good read. The Astonishing Color of After by Emily X. Arpan.
A book that made you happy.
Book that made me happy.
Mine would be The Summer of Jodi Perez and the Best Burgers in Los Angeles. That was cute. Favorite book to film
A book that
adaptation?
made me happy.
Uh-huh.
I would say this. Because it was just such a
Cute read.
cute read. I really loved it. It just how it ended and everything. It was just so happy.
Favorite book to movie adaptation? Simon, love Simon. Simon and the Homo Sapiens of Virginia. Favorite review you've written this year, book 2 version. Mine would have to be The Librarian of Auschwitz, doing that review.
Mine would probably be. Isn't it the most favorite video of the year? I would say I really liked what I was able to do of my Ember in the Ashes reading vlog.
Yeah, that was cute. Most beautiful book you bought so far this year. I would say All Out.
I say this, guys. Look at this, The Night Circus, which I have not read. But let me uncover this guy. And look at those end pages, guys. The stripes. And look at that.
What book?
I really enjoy this book. I'm showing you the cover.
That is neat. I do
Very
like
beautiful.
that. What books do you need to read by the end of the year?
I want to read Stephen King's The Outsider and Furyborn.
I have a whole shelf of books.
I've heard a lot of good things about that.
I'm going to do a lot of contemporary books next month for July's contemporary month. I always have a theme for the month, so it helps me. All my contemporary books, all my LGBTQIA plus reads, and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So that way I know what books I'm going to read. So I have so many books on my TBR for each month that is really cool. And then, of course, Ittober is going to be in October, and we're excited about that. Well, that does it for us today.
And is that all the questions?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That does it for us today.
We're going to go have some bookish fun.
Until next time, I'm Melanie.
And I'm Shannon.
And we wish you
Peace, love, books, and coffee. And in my case, chai tea.
and many blessings.
Bye.
Bye.